3, 2, 1, and welcome back to a England-related chat. England lost to Spain yesterday in the final, unfortunately losing 2-1. It looked for all the world like we get to extra time and maybe penalties, but it just wasn't meant to be. I've got Vijay Wale and Joshua here in the chat. Let's start with Vijay Wale. What did you think of it, mate?
Of course. Yesterday there was a lot of emotions, no doubt about it, from the players, both the fans, everybody. Of course, we're actually looking forward for that game, and right even at the pub where I saw the game with my elder brother who came in from the US. We all supported, England, to get to win this one because it's a team that's been building. We saw them, back to back Euro finals. Getting to lose at home to Italy, and going to Germany as well to to lose this one against Spain. It was just so painful, of course, for the lad. They started not too badly for me, but at this point, of course, I want to say no doubt about it. Let's just give it to the Spanish team. Out of 7 games, they won all the 7 games. At some point, we know that England, we were struggling at some point, of course. We picked some draws here and there. We find it difficult, to score goals at some point. But for what I've seen concerning this particular team, for me, I would say it was a nice performance, from the team, no doubt about it. When you look at the team squad and the depth that they have, I'm pretty sure that the FA are pleased with what Gary Southgate did in the Euros. Of course, for a manager, to take you back to back, finals, get you to the semi-finals of the World Cup, take you places you don't even get to imagine. And Southgate has been very, very consistent. So I feel at this particular point, the boys were just unlucky yesterday. And when you look at the whole play, at some point, I felt he should have, taken off Harry Kane, for a very long time. Also, Phil Foden, he should have taken off Phil Foden. A certain Chidebere Eze was there on the bench who could actually, create, magic in the middle of the park. At some point during halftime, when I saw Rodri was being subbed up, I thought we were going to dominate, the middle of the park. But I feel at that particular point, maybe we just, let our guards down and the midfield went to sleep. We just thought, okay, since Rodri was not there, there was no main man, to stop us. Apart from that, particular incident, we actually got it totally wrong. The midfield collapsed at that particular point. When he removed, Bido, I thought a certain, the likes of Eze will come in, no doubt about it. Kopama also should have been brought in, on time. He came in at around 17 minutes, of course. The game at that particular time was very intense. You could see there was no creativity in the middle of the park. That was the major issue because Phil Foden was playing in the middle. Of course, Jude Bellingham were also struggling to play in the middle. So we were not really going from the other side of the rings. Saka was the only one that was actually getting to drive in from the rings. Other players were not trying to drive in from the right hand side. And also, Harry Kane, for me, was left for a very long time. In the first half, I feel after the restart of the second half, he should have been subbed up for only Watkins to come in. And apart from that, it was just a few mistakes here and there. The second goal, I literally thought that was an offside, but when I saw the replay, and it took time for them, to show the replay. So I was just so agitated that we should have actually saw the replay immediately after that goal went in. But when I saw the replay, I said, wow, it was just a slim margin. And slim margin like that gets you to winning titles. And that did work in the favor of Spain yesterday. We had our chances. Birmingham had his chances. At some point, Bukayo Saka has his chances. At some point, Phil Foden as well. We had our chances, but we didn't convert. But of course, it's a lesson learned experience. The good thing about the English, squad at this particular, point is that the team is evolving, is growing. We just have really two old players in the team. just like the likes of Hurricane, and Hurricane should be like 32, 31 thereabout. So he might still play in the
Yeah.
next World Cup, and maybe after the next World Cup, it does not mean they're national team players because it's a
Yeah.
different ball game in the national team than your club side. So of course you need to build like a national team culture. You need some players who you know that they will deliver, even though they don't get to deliver in the club side. But when they don the national team colors, they'll want to give
Yeah.
in their best. And
Yeah.
apart from all that, for me, Spain were just lucky. If the game should have actually not proceed to extra time and going to shootout, I thought we might have just nicked it. But he didn't actually
Mm.
go that. The score in the 9 minutes of the game, who could have equalized, Declan Rice with that, but it was clear, off the line. But
Yeah.
by and large, it was painful for the likes of
It was.
Saka, for the likes of
It was.
those lads who has actually not played in the final last year and coming to play in the same final again and don't get to win. I'm so sad for Hurricane at this particular point. People are saying the
Yeah.
cost is fully everywhere, but no, but this is football
Mm.
at this particular point. He has pretty so unlucky for a solid striker like Hurricane. For him not to have been able to win a major title in his career so far, for me, he has been totally unlucky. He was the highest goal scorer in Europe, last
Yeah.
season. And this particular time again, looking forward to get the Euros as one of his first, trophy, major title, and also England looking forward to get a major title in a very, very long time. Now we just keep to wait for the Euros, National League.
For the next one. Yeah. So I agree with everything you said there. I think you made some really good points. We've just got to wait now for the World Cup, I suppose. I'm going to hand over. I'm going to give my thoughts last. I'm going to hand over to Josh. I know you're not the biggest fan of Gareth Southgate. I did see your video earlier. What are your thoughts?
Something that I've been really witnessing about England Football Club, because I've been saying this to my mom, like even my dad when he was alive. Like it's like when my father was alive, remember we're watching Euro 2020, like basically Euro 2021 final, and to be honest with you, it wasn't really Southgate's fault. I remember that final game that they played against Italy at Wembley, that they lost against Italy. It was just referee corrupting the game, this and that. Gareth Southgate's selection was fine. And before that Euro 2021, 3 years ago, when it was 2018 World Cup in Russia that we didn't even win it, people have also complained about Southgate, and the year they won the World Cup was in 1966. Of course, I wasn't even born. Neither was my parents, and that was literally before my parents was born, and then literally before I was born. And then, if not, the thing is, England, that they brought the 2022 World Cup quarter final was because of Harry Kane's penalty. That was like a selection. England fans want him out, but what did Gareth Southgate say? He said he's going to make this team come back to succeed where we win. Well, Turkish GB didn't even show it. He lied to Sky Sports saying that we're going to make this team, like this team that we're in now, progress, but we've not won it again. If did this year, like Spain have won the Euros for 4 times in a row now. We've not won the Euros again this year. And you know what the problem was to why we lost in this Euro 2024 final against Spain? Right. Southgate's selection just didn't even work out. This is the reason why the way England players played, like against Slovakia, against Denmark, against Netherlands, it was all because of Southgate's selection. The way they played in the first half, they were towards the 90th minute they score. What's the point of waiting towards the 90th minute to score? They scored in the first half in the previous games. Okay, in the final, when Cole Palmer came on, he scored. And I say to myself, why are you not starting players who carry the whole team, like Cole Palmer, and Ollie Watkins? Ollie Watkins that saved that semi-final against Netherlands. Kudos to Ollie Watkins. Cole Palmer. Okay, I may not be a Chelsea fan from Chelsea, but I love the guy from England football. I love him. He's a beast. He could run fast and all that. The way he scored, he definitely deserved it. If I was manager, even if we bowled this Euro 2024 final, I'd say he's man of the match because he carried the whole team well. Like I feel very bad for the way Harry Kane got sent off the pitch, because I don't know why would you take off the captain. what is because he was running around the whole pitch, but it's what captains have to do to go for the ball, and at least he tried. Saka was getting too many fouls in the Euro final, of course. Referee, when he thought Saka fouled the Spanish player, he was getting booked for, like, I don't even understand why Saka was getting booked. Same thing with Foden, like when they get fouled, why is by Spanish players, why is the referee not even doing anything about it? Like I really don't understand what is wrong with all these referees. Yeah, I just don't even get it, because England fans will complain about the referee, how he corrupted that game. And yes, he did corrupt that game. It's just being selfish. You let Spain get away with it because of the fouls they gave. When the England players foul it, you just blow your whistle. Like, what is that about? But like, why did Gareth Southgate not start Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins? Why are they on the bench? Those two players that scored, carried the whole team, yeah? Why he did not start those two players, I don't know. Southgate got it all wrong in this 2024 Euro final. All right. If not for Saka, yeah, Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice, who did so much of the pitch. I saw their emotions, how they were crying after that final whistle. And I don't blame them though. I don't blame them. They've done really well this season, this year in the Euros. And all the money that they've had, they're earning good money, which is good. At least they fought to get to like the 2024 Euro final. I mean, England's not a rubbish country, because at least we fought to get to the Euro final. England have done their best. It's just referee that keeps corrupting, and it's Gareth Southgate's selection. Could it even start Ollie Watkins? Could even start Cole Palmer, who if he had started them, would we have England be in this situation? No, we would have, like, after 66 whole years. Now it's 67 whole years. Like it's embarrassing that we still haven't even won it. And now we have to we go again, like, in the next 2 years' time to win the World Cup. But before then, we've got like UEFA Nation League to try and win, like, in 2025, which is even good. Let's see if England could do it. But like, I've been Southgate out since that 2022 World Cup quarterfinal that they bottled, and this is the moment that we've not even won it. Southgate, it's time to go. Like, you know what they say, all things must come to an end. Yeah. He has to go, no matter what it is. And sorry to say this, he's not a good manager. Every England fan has said it, and I'm going to say it.
Really? Josh, I don't want to agree with you at that particular point, because at this point, who is that manager you think would definitely do?
Can I tell you who actually gets over the line? I'm about to lie to
Southgate has done. Who?
Well,
which manager?
Let me tell you, it's been on the news, yeah, about who they will actually get. If a manager could get England over the line, yeah, who could actually be a better manager than Gareth Southgate, it's gonna be. They're thinking either Jurgen Klopp, who used to manage Liverpool, or Pochettino, who used to manage Tottenham and Chelsea. Literally, he got sacked from Chelsea last season because Pochettino wasn't doing well to be manager of Chelsea. I doubt they will even get him. If he's the only manager I want to be a manager of England Football Club next, I predict Jurgen Klopp. I'll tell you why, because Jurgen Klopp knows how to make a team fight to the end, like when he used to be manager of Liverpool. Think how they fought to the end of the Carabao Cup. They won the Carabao Cup this year. They've won the league more, they won the Champions League. They've won more trophies than Arsenal have in the past. Think about that. Gareth Southgate is not the type of manager that I thought he would be. Like, when players do something wrong, when the players playing rubbish, why are you backing the players that were playing absolutely rubbish? The defense, like John Stones in the Euro final and Kyle Walker. Why are you being such a calm manager, backing the players doing the wrong thing on the pitch that they shouldn't be doing? This Southgate is just not the manager to be. He's not the toughest manager to be, sorting those players that were playing absolutely rubbish on the pitch.
I'll just ask you one question. Before the games, in your own honest opinion, do you think England were going to win it?
I was predicting 3-1 because I was confident, but I never knew this performance was going to win it. I never knew this. Sorry, Vijay. I'm sorry, but to call you up, but I never knew this was going to happen. Why we lost it was all because of Gareth Southgate. It's that clueless man who didn't even start Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins. If he had started them, would we be in the situation that we were in? No, we wouldn't have. Look at the performance that Kyle Walker and John Stones were doing. Like, I said this on my YouTube channel, I'm gonna say I don't want to ever see them play for England Football Club ever again. But the first
I'm gonna jump in because I'm gonna jump in on this.
Sorry, VJ, that's how I feel. I'm just fed up of England going to finals and they don't win. But it's not the players' fault. It's this Gareth Southgate's mentality of the squad.
I'm going to jump in at this point, and I'm gonna make a few points. Right. So first of all, Gareth Southgate, however you feel about the style of football, has done more for England than any other manager since Sir Bobby Robson. So Sir Bobby Robson was the last England manager to get us to a semi-final in 1990. Before that, it was Sir Alf Ramsey, who we won in 1966 with. So whether you like Gareth Southgate's style of football, whether you agree with his decisions or not, he is one of the most successful England managers of all time in terms of the statistics, because he's got us through to two finals, two Euros finals. Yes, we've lost both of them. Yes, that's very disappointing, but he did get us through to two finals. He also got us through to a World Cup semi-final, which is arguably a lot more difficult. And in the last World Cup, we were playing against France. We're very unlucky to lose that game. We played very, very well. And to be fair, the referee on that day did make some very questionable decisions. Now, where
I'm happy we got
can
to the final, but we didn't win. We didn't win a trophy. That is the reason
we
why
didn't win a trophy. No, and this is where I'm going to come on to now, Josh. I'm going to say some of your points I can understand in the sense that you wanted to see more of Cole Palmer. I did as well. I wanted to see more of Cole Palmer. I wanted to see Ollie Watkins more as well. There are some other players we didn't see, like Anthony Gordon. The Crystal Palace midfielder Adam Wharton didn't get a single minute in the whole tournament. Luke Shaw was taken to the tournament and it didn't look like he was fit for most of it. He wasn't actually able to play any games until I think it was either the semi-final, the quarter-final. I think it was the semi-final was his first proper game. But he got us to a final. We got through to two finals. We just didn't win. I don't think there are any outstanding candidates for the job. I don't think Jurgen Klopp would take it at the moment because he's only just finished. I think everybody's talking about Graham Potter. I don't want Graham Potter. I don't think he's an upgrade on Gareth Southgate. He was fired by Chelsea for a very poor season with Chelsea. Didn't last 2 minutes with them. And to be honest with you, I was never completely sold on him when he was managing before that either. So we don't actually have the most glowing amount of options. Some people have said Eddie Howe. I don't think Eddie Howe would take it at the moment. He's engaged with Newcastle. So I think it's a bit of a 50-50 situation. Yes, you can be frustrated by some of the decisions that were not made, but at the end of the day, you know, he did get us through to the final, and Spain were, and I'm sorry, I've got to say this, Spain were by far the best team in the tournament. It's as simple as that. They were just superior to everybody else. They beat the French. They made it look easy. Don't think we played brilliantly in the final. I thought Cole Palmer should have come on earlier. There, I do agree with you. Cole Palmer arguably should have been on the pitch at half time or even to start the game. And I know, you know, this is a very difficult discussion. We're all fans, we're all passionate, and we're all very, very upset that we didn't get over the line and we didn't win the final. So you've made a number of opinions there, Josh. I know Vijay Wale doesn't agree with some of them. Let's just give Vijay Wale the opportunity to tell you what he thinks as well.
Before I get to Vijay, just to say, you know, for that second goal, I'm sorry to say this, for that second goal, like, you know, that they scored to make it like, you know, to 2-1. I was crying because I was crying like I was in tears because it's just the defense that matters. Like, you can't let Spain get past you. For if not for the 70-year-old guy, Lamine, that was like running so fast to try and score the way he played. I mean, I don't criticize him. He's a very good player in Spain. You know, I don't know what happened to the defense. Why didn't they track back? I really don't get it.
Okay, Vijay Wale, what are your thoughts, mate? What do you reckon?
Yeah, just was actually talking about the manager. Just like you have actually roll out the success of Southgate at this particular point. But Southgate for me is still the best, coach so far for England because it will take a lot of time if you want to sack Southgate at this particular point. It will take a lot of time for the new coach to gel with the team. And at this particular point, Southgate has actually he sticks his own philosophy. He has his own right player. He has his own way of playing. Despite even the fact that sometimes I don't really agree with the kind of formation he plays sometimes, but I'll still definitely get to to give to him. He did what he was supposed to do in that particular final yesterday. He started the right players moving because it was a final. We all know that the Spain team, the Spanish team, were the best when it comes to attacking. And you're going to this final, you have to just play defensively, no doubt about it. Your defense must be tight. Then you are thinking about maybe hunting them back with a counter, which we didn't get to see more of that in that particular game. But at some point, we actually wanted those substitutions should be done earlier than what we actually saw yesterday. For me, that was only just a mistake made by our Southgate. But when it talks about the tactical ability of Southgate, for me, is unquestionable for now. I don't see any manager who will come into his shoes and do what he has been doing in the Three Lions team at this particular point. Taking a team like England to the finals, of the Euros back to back is a good achievement. Going into the semi-finals of the World Cup, also a very laudable achievement. Of course, any coach you bring at this particular point will definitely struggle. I've seen, some, renowned, sport, journalists and sport presenters, sport enthusiasts said we should sack Southgate. But for me, I just feel that speaking from emotions, they're not really looking at what the situation is on the ground. Me, I already know before that game that the Spanish team were favorite. I was just praying for a miracle to happen for England to win it. But from the beginning of that game, I just saw it that the Spanish team had the better players, had the better tactical ability. But where I thought we were able, to do some, magic was when Rodri was, subbed out in the halftime. I thought we were going to dominate. At that particular point, we needed a player who can, give defense splitting passes to the striker, to finish the job. And that we didn't get to see all up to the 70th minute when Kopama came in, and he started, doing the job. So for me, defensively, we played in the first half. We should have used that strength that we actually conserve in the first half. We should have used that strength to finish up, the second half. But there, it is another lesson that we have learned. But going forward, I want Southgate. He has his own set of national team players he wants to stick with. He should stick to it. Wherever, any kind of form those other players are, doing in their club, if you like being in form, being on fire for your club, on the national team, is a different ball game. It's a competition football. You must win all your matches. You must make all the right decision. You are not given enough time for you, to show the quality and the stuff you are made of. So you either get it right or you don't get it right at all. So for me, I will still want the FA to stick with Southgate. He's building the team. He's in the process at this particular point. 2 finals in 2, of course. It shows you that that's progress, of course. And that particular game was lost in the last 3 minutes of the game. The goal came in like the 87th minute, 86 minutes. Yeah, in that particular encounter. So we could have even recognized it with Declan Rice in that particular game, but it's just that the luck was just not on, the English side yesterday, and the Spain side just have to take it. So for me, keep Southgate. He was fantastic. He has been fantastic. No manager would definitely come immediately and give you that result that Southgate has been able to produce over the years. Because if you bring a new manager, it's going to be disastrous. The World Cup is just around the corner. The Euro National League also is just around the corner. So you need consistency. Of course, there will be a little. Yes.
Yeah, Nation League. Yeah, that's
Nation
League.
Coming up. It's right. Okay. It's just right at the corner. We just need some little, tweaks there and here. But of course, we have to stay with the team at this particular point.
I mean, before the World Cup, we can at least try and win UEFA Nation League at least.
Well, let's see how we go. So, what I want to say is that obviously this is not the kind of video we wanted to be doing today. We wanted to be talking about England winning the Euros. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to take too much time more discussing how painful it was losing, because nobody wants to hear about us saying it's painful. We've all given our thoughts on the tournament. How I'm going to round this video off is I'm going to ask each of you, and I'm going to go first on this one, what you would give the England team out of 10 for the tournament. Just a short, sharp 1 minute, please, of what your thoughts were on the tournament as a whole, and what would you give England out of 10? I'll start off. I think I would give England an 8 out of 10. I think it was a very good performance as a whole to get through to the final. Yes, some of the performances weren't exceptionally good. They were a little bit gritty, a little bit tactical, and we did have to rely on a few moments of brilliance. But at the end of the day, we went further than France, further than Germany, further than the Netherlands, further than Belgium, and a lot of other good teams. So we advanced to a final. Spain, for me, were by far the best team in the tournament. They looked like that from the group stage. And I think we did very well to get as far as we did. So I would give England a credible 8 out of 10. Josh, do you want to go next and give your mark out of 10 for the tournament, please?
Yeah, to be honest with you, like some of the Arsenal players that said that were quite emotional, they did so much experience on that pitch. Quite most of them, except for the defenders that kept getting the ball away. So, to be honest with you, I know it was a shame we didn't win. The England players fought to get to the final. At least that's what I'm really happy about. So I'll give it an 8. It's because we didn't win the trophy. That's what I'm really, really not happy about. But at least I'm happy we fought to get to the final. That shows how great and tough England are. You know, they fought to get to a final at least. So I'll give England an 8.
Yeah. Okay, good. VJ Wale, what about you? Would you go with an 8
Yeah,
as well, or a bit higher, or a bit lower?
I'll give England 8.5 because
Mhm.
I want to agree with you, Adam, in some point as well because it's a competition football. Of course, you don't have to play fancy football. It's just for you to get the results and for you to progress to the next stage, which they did and which they get to the finals. And they lost it, in the last 5 minutes. If they were whitewashed if they were whitewashed by the Spanish team, then we cannot, give them a lower score. But they actually took the fight to the last minute. It went straight down to the wire. Even the
Yeah.
Spanish team, they knew that the English team didn't go down easily. It was a fight to finish, and they did that. It was just little mistake here and there from both, some of the players and also, the bench. But by and large, it was a good outing. Of course, we were able to see, a lot of players, in the English squad, and we just hope for the best for them. Looking at the National League and also looking at the World Cup around the corner.
Absolutely. So we've got an 8, an 8, and an 8.5. I'm going to round up, guys. I am AGN Football. You can find me on TikTok. I'm AGN Entertainment over on YouTube, but I am recording this video on behalf of VJ Wale, who is a excellent content creator, doing really good stuff, interviews, lots and lots of content. Go ahead, VJ Wale, tell the viewers what you're doing.
Of course, it's a VJ Wale show, just to bring football fans, football lovers together, and also just to promote the games, promote the players, and also for we to actually share our own beat and our own views on what we actually get to watch. It's a passionate game, and we all are passionate about
Yeah.
our various team. Of course, it's just for you guys just to follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, at VG Wale Show. Of course, follow AGN Football. Also, Josh also have his own YouTube channel. Just keep following us and keep sharing the content. Of course, next season we're actually planning a lot. A lot of excitement, a lot of new concepts, ideas when it comes to content creating and also showcasing of the league. So just just stick around to our various handles. You can also follow me on all my social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all at VG Wale, so that we can actually keep the conversation going.
Absolutely. Josh, do you want to drop yours as well?
Yeah, just to say before we end this video, I mean, obviously, usually people that have seen me on the VGOL channel, yeah, basically I'm like one of the regulars that he's been interviewing me, like, last season. Just, we're gonna be like, we're gonna be at Emirates, still like to be doing fan cams and even to most likely be going to like Arsenal away games, which is what we're planning to do next year, to interview football fans, mostly Arsenal fans, away, because we are very big, passionate Arsenal fans, as you lot probably know. And yeah, you probably recognize me from my channel, Joshua.etv, the official one. Usually what I've been doing in the past as well, I've been on AFTV fan cast, which is why I think some people do recognize me for. So do get to know me at some point.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So everybody's dropped their socials, and going to sign off by saying it was a good tournament. We didn't win it, but a very credible performance from the boys. And let's hope for the next World Cup, and hope it's coming home on that occasion. Bye for now.
Hope so. Bye. Thank you, guys.